Maybe I could just ask your comments on the state. For instance, in the PDP, your former party, as you know, there are howls of protest that what you've just said, it's a gentleman agreement. It will come to the South. But you know there are also some heavyweights who are saying, they're not commenting on that, but they are going ahead and carrying on as if it's up for grabs. And many people are, saying, look, I thought there was a gentleman's agreement, but nothing was written. So, quote unquote, it's not law. So that's, on the one hand, that's causing a problem. Then if you look in the Southeast, for instance, there's sort of turbulence in there as well when it comes to all this matter, because the presidential aspirants in the Southeast are not very happy with two of their governors, according to newspaper reports, that the people who reportedly are not happy are former President Ayim, former Senate President Ayim, former Anambra Governor Obi, and the industrialist Uwabua. They reportedly, as well as US-based Dr. Atiku Anakwenze. We had him on the program, I think, last week. These people are alleging that the two governors, two of the governors in there, Ikweazu and of Abia and Ugwuanyi, they are working against their aspirations because they have their eye, just like the Niger Delta Elders Forum has an eye on someone that will be announced in future. They allege that their brothers they have an eye on someone too, and so this is working against them. In fact, I think it is the River State governor. That why are they looking in that direction? Do you have any comment on all of this? Because the APC also, in case you care to question, also has its own issues. We shall come to them one after the other. Yeah. So, what do you think of that, the goings on there?
Well, unfortunately, the likes of Atiku disappointed the people of the southern Nigeria and Middle Belt, because I do remember in the last election, southern Nigeria, made up of Afenefere, Anabs Pan-Niger Delta Forum, and the Middle Belt, resolved to give Atiku all the support he needed, because at that time it was zoned to the north. And they gave him all the support, and if you look at it, the PDP had major highest vote from the southeast and south-south, supporting Atiku. So one would expect that this time that is for the south, the likes of Atiku should be able to come out and support the South. Particularly
as a good party man?
Yes, as a good party man, and as a man who had benefited from the goodwill of the Pan-Niger Delta, Anabs and Afenefere. Now, these are the three cultural, traditional bodies that influence the southern Nigeria, under the leadership of Pa Ike Clark. I do remember there were a lot of issues. Even me, at the point I was not happy with what was going on. Why must we adopt somebody? But the consensus was, we give it Atiku. At that time, I was questioning my people. Do you trust Atiku? He was my friend. I had a problem with Obasanjo because of Atiku, because I felt it was being oppressed unnecessarily. So, but when I saw the way things were going, I was not too happy, but I kept quiet. All right? And today, the same Atiku could not talk to his brothers in the north to say, hey, leave it for the south. And the south, this is where we should go. That will give him more honor, more respect as a leader.
So that disappoints you?
That disappoints me, because I felt it should be a gentleman enough to say, yes, these people have stood behind me in the past. Let me now scratch their back down. That is one issue. On the issue of...
But is politics really like that? I mean...
Well, it may be like this. That's why
politics is not a church. And people don't expect...
Excuse me, you want to be a leader of Nigeria, people must trust you. Leadership goes with trust. If we don't trust you, why must we give Nigeria, the wealth of Nigeria, in your hand? Whether politics, whatever it is, we must trust you to lead Nigeria. And if we cannot trust you, we cannot allow you to lead Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a big country, a giant of Africa, and we look for people we can trust. We can take Nigeria to the next level. Nigeria started with several other countries, and they are far ahead of us. They are backward. So if you are a good leader, You might support somebody and bring the ideas that will lift us to G20, G7, and so that's what Nigeria need. And so you are not doing that. You are not saying it must either be you or nothing. That is not politics. That's not a good one. Leave that. Back to the East. Like I said, the East, Southeast need to put their house in order. They are not working as a team. You see, the difference between the Southeast and the South-South. The Southeast leadership is not in control. The Anabs Sara-Igbe is not in control. Unlike the South-South, you can see Pandef can say, hey, stop, and everybody stop. So Pandef is in control. We may have our disagreement, but publicly, you don't see people coming to say, no, Pandef is this, Pandef is that. All right? The moment our leader, Clark, says this is how it should go, everybody follows. Except few political interests may come to know, but you cannot come out to challenge him. That is the difference between us. And in the North, they don't also control their people, because the Boko Haram issue would have been controlled. In the South-South, we had this issue when our boys were rampant, they were doing all kinds of things, Avenger and so on. And we came together and said, look, stop. And they stopped. They listened to our leadership.
By the way, since you're going that direction, do you have any thoughts on the Southwest?
The Federal has been there. The Federal is there, although they are the rebellious people who don't listen to the likes of the leaders of Federal. These are the product of Awolowo. Because I worked for Awolowo. I worked with Awolowo. As a young man, Awolowo started his campaign in my village, in the second term campaign, because of the relationship we had. I contested under the UPN. And those of you, the leadership of UPN are still in Afenefere. I expected that when they speak, people should listen. But politicians, because of power, they don't listen. But yet, they respect Afenefere. Right? So, in the East, the boys are now saying they want to Biafra, IPOP, and so on. The same thing happened in the South-South, when they say, oh, we need emancipation of Niger Delta, we want our Niger Delta region, we want a Niger Delta state. And the leader says, stop, and they stopped. So the East need to put their house in order.
In that direction.
Yes,
that's
let me also come again. You see, the West, one thing I love the West, politically they advance. They can fight.
The Southwest.
The Southwest. After they will fight for politics, after elections, you see them coming together and develop themselves. Today, they are the most developed region in Nigeria because they understand the game. So, if they have done this...
When you say they understand the game...
They understand the game
you're talking about their political elite.
Yes.
You know, because you connect that political elite with something that you've also emphasized since we started this conversation. You spoke about trust. You say it's because people don't trust each other. This matter about trust, really, what are your thoughts on whether or not politicians can be trusted? Because politicians, as you and I know, from 1960 have been promising and have not been able to fulfill those promises. And here we come now, and we're talking about trust. Are you surprised that the people generally don't trust politicians, and these are people that must come to them?
Well, whether we like it or not, for you to put your vote, for you to cast your vote, you must know that this person you're voting for will do your job, will do a service. Otherwise, you don't need to vote for the person. You have an opportunity to vote for some other person. So for you to say this is the person we are voting, it means you have confidence in that person. If the person might betray you, if the person might betrays you, then there's another time will come.
Okay, so
and you say, look, I don't want to vote this.
Juncture.
I don't want to vote for this man because our voting right, our card, is our franchise, our right to say this is how we want the country to be, or this is how we want our state to be, or this is how we want our local government to be. Now, back home, as to whether they have interest in River State governor. Politics, anybody can have interest. All right? But again, as a person, I would say, or as South-South leaders, we will say, who are the people who are contesting for the presidency? Who are they? What was their background? Have they ever worked before? Or they just jump into government, become government officials for this number of years, 1999 to now, eating government money, spending government money, and become mega rich for doing nothing? What is their salary as governors, or as ministers, as local government chairmen, that will make them so rich, mega rich, to say they want to become president? What is the antecedent? Look at the Niger Delta. We are blaming Nigeria for not attending to Niger Delta. But what of the governors? the 30% derivation that is meant for the oil-bearing communities, is it getting to them? The answer is no. As we speak, the oil-bearing communities are still living in squalors. They are living without health centers, no water, no school, no electricity, no jetty, and they are having 30%, which somebody is taking.
Which somebody is taking, and we've been saying for a long time that the governors in that area, the people of that area do have their issues, but what have the governors, what have they actually done with the revenue that has been allocated to them?
Look, we have told them only them accountable. And the time is coming. The time of reckoning is coming. That we are going to hold them accountable for what they have done with our money. There are a lot of crooks who just go in the name of governance and be taking our public fund and spend it as if it is their own. And that is why this time we want somebody who has demonstrated capacity without government fund.
Who will then be supported
who has been able to provide water, who has been able to build schools, who has been able to provide health centers or hospitals, who has been able to provide this across the country.
In short, okay.
Across the country, not only the Niger Delta. If you go to Sokoto, to Borno, there are water projects, there are schools, there are roads, there are hospitals. You go to Enugu, water project. You go to the River State, water, electricity, roads. If you go to the...
No, are you talking of any one person?
Of course, and we have somebody.
Who has such reach.
Yes, we have such reach. Who's also experienced in the oil and gas.
Okay.
Who has been producing oil and gas. And when he gets the wealth, he did not use it to enrich himself, but he used it to build institutions that will help the common man across Nigeria.
Okay.
And that is the kind of person the South elders would like to present to Nigeria.
Okay.
And that person we know is called Engineer Tain Jacris.
Okay.
Of the Milema Oil.
Okay.
He has been helping, even in the Southwest. He has been helping people. Go to the north. The old northerners will tell you, this man is like Abiola. I remember I went to one of the states in the north, and they said this man has surpassed Abiola in his philanthropy. If somebody is doing that with his personal money, with his added resources, whichever way, as a private sector, what will you do when you become a president? So
really, that is why you've come out, Chief, because I was saying that I've not seen you in quite a while. This is why you have come out, actually.
Of course.
There's a candidacy that you wanted to promote.
No.
That's what's
talking about Nigeria now.
But you've dovetailed it away from Nigeria into one person.
Look, let me come. There are others too who have similar things, who have done that. Anybody who has demonstrated this kind of feat in Nigeria, got across the country, not selfish. Not because it's from my area.
Okay.
Not because I know him. But if somebody else, when Abiola came, we have this north-south relationship. But Abiola's case, we voted Abiola, everybody throughout the country voted Abiola, because Abiola touches life everywhere. And we have another Abiola has come to do the same thing Abiola was doing. And that is Tain Jacris. Ask anybody. Ask anybody in Sokoto, what has he done? Go to Gombe, go to Benue. Go to every part of the Niger, the north.
Okay.
Go and ask. Kaduna, Kanu, everywhere ask. He has set up major projects that you can see, physically see. Okay. That is the kind of Nigerians I think Nigerians will look for.
Now,
so any party, whether PDP or APC, if you grab somebody like that, you know that at the end of the day, Nigerians will support the person. And not the intrigues of the party that you select the good ones out and bring wicked people to punish Nigeria. We don't need wicked people to punish Nigeria.
I've established that, as you were coming, we'd like to see.
But let me say, you just see the comment. When come
yes,
but when there is a war, the old oars that are kept are brought out. Those old war oars, when they are brought out, they will come and do the war in a manner with experience. Okay. So we are now coming not just to talk grammar, not just to come and talk politics. I've given analysis of somebody who has been doing this kind of thing.
And part of the analysis you've given us is that it must seem to you that everybody can see that it is the South-South, whereas there are those who are campaigning with, an equally loud voice that it is the South-East if we're going to be fair. If Nigeria is going to be fair. And of course the South-South is saying that we're here too.
Even if the South is bringing somebody, let them bring somebody younger generation. Because there's a paradigm shift. Anywhere from now, We need younger persons who are today. If you have a children today, they understand the television more than you. They understand that if your phone, give your phone to your children. They know how to play with it. They use the phone more than you. They are more inclined technologically. They know how to run technology, the country with technology. We want people who are young, people of lower than 50 years, from 50 years below.
I hear you,
It's
Chief.
what Nigeria needs now as a paradigm shift.
Okay.
Nigerian youths, not too young to rule, should take over the country and rule Nigeria.
Chiefs.